We've reached out to U.S. and international affairs analyst Mr. Calvin Dark. He joins us now from Washington, D.C. Mr. Dark, thank you for joining us on the program. So is this a calculated attempt, picking your brains here, is it a calculated attempt to pile on charges against Mr. Assange so he is never free?
Yes, and I think because Julian Assange, I think all around the world has developed such a polarizing reputation. It kind of feels like now that he's not in the Ecuadorian embassy, that something needs to be done. But it's a question of, are they going to go with the sexual assault rape allegations in Sweden or the U.S. charges, both of which seem kind of weak given the statute of limitations and what's being alleged. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'm also going to go out on a limb here to ask if you think reviving the allegations could have been a conspiracy against Mr. Assange. I mean, these charges were dropped before. Why resurrect them now?
Yes, I think that it's interesting that in this issue, normally you can kind of point to who's going to be on one side, who's going to be on the other. Press freedom versus national security, anti-terrorism versus hacking. But Julian Assange has managed to make everybody mad. Even the people around the world that may have supported his efforts to increase transparency, they're still thinking about how he influenced the US election against Hillary Clinton, how he exposed US military secrets during President Obama's term. And you got everybody on all sides wanting him to answer to something. And so I think in that sense, it is a conspiracy.
Is it interesting, Mr. Dark, that U.S. President Donald Trump, who during his campaign did say he loved Wikileaks and asked them to release more information about Hillary Clinton, has said nothing since Julian Assange was arrested?
Yes, it's incredibly interesting because if you look at what Julian Assange is charged with here in the U.S., an attempt to release classified information, and he did publish it, you would think this would be right up Donald Trump's alley because he's always talking about leakers. But in this case, the leak helped him. And in Donald Trump's view, that trumps everything else.
Indeed. But let's not forget, as you mentioned rightly, that the U.S. is still seeking extradition for Mr. Assange from the U.K. over his alleged role in the release of classified military and diplomatic material back in 2010. Is there a statute of limitation for a situation like this in the U.S.?
Yes, but here's why I don't think that the case against Julian Assange in the U.S. is as strong as one would think. First of all, he's not charged with any kind of publishing or press issues. He's charged with helping Chelsea Manning hack, and that's a computer crime. That's 5 years statute of limitations. However, there's an extra 3 years that could be tacked on for terrorism-related offenses. So that's why they were able to had the indictment in 2018. And there are a lot of people in the U.S. who don't like Julian Assange, but they also don't want to set a precedent for kind of eroding press freedom. So it is incredibly complicated.
Yeah, I can imagine. Thanks again, Mr. Dark, for speaking with us on The World Today.
Thank you.